Well, that was uglier than a Jack the Ripper murderer scene.
Get that stuff out of here! It's Southwest Bias!
Welcome into another edition of Southwest Bias, brought to you by our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. If you've had a serious injury, call the Husband and Wife Law Team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at husbandandwifelawteam.com. And we are live from Studio K. Got the point right, brought to you by our friends at Circle K. Become a member of the Inner Circle today by downloading that Circle K app for free. Bad nights happen. I can tell you about one. You want to hear a story from Unc Espo? Let's go back to February of 2012. I was running social media for the Phoenix Suns. I was also the producer for a segment on the broadcast that they called the Social Media Sideline Reporter. It only lasted one season because it wasn't a very good idea. But Katie Christensen was the Social Media Sideline Reporter, former WNBA player. She had the night off. Vince Murata, a good friend of mine and local media member, stepped in to fill in her role. At halftime of these games, the social media sideline reporter would go down and would interview a Suns assistant coach about what happened in the first half. So the Suns are playing the Lakers. And the Suns, who were abysmal, they had 12 wins. They were like 12-19 at this point. Had a 63-40 lead on the Lakers, who were actually pretty good. And Vince proceeded to ask the assistant coach how they shut down Kobe Bryant in the first half. And the assistant coach gave a blasé answer, and that was that. At least we thought. Come to find out that Kobe Bryant was still standing in the tunnel. He heard what Vince asked, and he got super pissed off to the point when he came out in the second half, he started talking crap to then head coach Alvin Gentry on the sideline, talking about what Vince asked. Kobe went on to score 20 points. They got the lead down and made it very uncomfortable for the Suns. I find out in postgame, and I think, well, you know what? My career, Vince's career, when it comes to the Phoenix Suns, is over. It was terrifying. Kobe Bryant, because of something I was involved in, a question that Vince and I discussed, literally just went off on the Phoenix Suns. I had to go down the next day and apologize to Alvin Gentry in his office in the bowels of then the U.S. Airways Center. Had to apologize. He wasn't particularly happy, but he said he understood. Said everybody has a bad night. The Phoenix Suns had a bad night last night. Historically bad. They lost by 49, the largest loss in Phoenix Suns history. The other top four are all from the 2017-2018 season, so that tells you what a abysmal dumpster fire that year was. But this Phoenix Suns team is a good basketball team. Whether they lost by 1 or they lost by 49, it's one loss. They're 14-11 now. They're significantly better than anybody thought. Oh, and Oklahoma City just happens to be probably the best team we've ever seen in NBA history, at least regular season-wise. The victory last night tied them for the best start in 25 games in NBA history, with those Golden State Warriors that set the record for most wins. And honestly, OKC should be 25-0. They were up 20 against the Blazers and blew the lead in their one loss. There's no shame in getting your ass kicked by the Thunder. Let's be honest. There just isn't. they're on a track to win 70 easy in this season. And the Suns were missing their two best scorers in Devin Booker and Jalen Green. Now, it shouldn't mean that you lose by 49, but everybody has an off night. Does not mean that, the naysayers, the doom and gloom, see, they're the team we thought they were before the season. No. Now, they're not the world beaters that a lot of us kind of rode the hopium into last night on. They're a tier below, maybe a tier and a half below the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets, teams of that ilk, the Houston Rockets. But guess what? That next level, the Minnesotas, the Lakers, the Spurs, they've beaten all those teams, and convincingly so in a lot of cases. So are the Phoenix Suns contending for a championship with the Oklahoma City Thunder? Hell no. Did any of us actually think that they were contending for a championship with the Oklahoma City Thunder? Hell no. So freaking out over a really crappy game doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not going to define this team. It's not going to define this season. It's not going to define anything except one bad night in December in Oklahoma City. That sounds like a really bad song, a country song, if you will.
Or a Drake song.
Or a Drake song. One really bad night in December in Oklahoma City. You can just hear it right now. It sucked. In fact, it just turned humorous to watch. We started our post-game show in the fourth quarter because what the hell were you going to say about that game? That Cotton Fitzsimmons, the great Suns coach, used to say you just flush that kind of game. You need to pull that handle 3 times and use a plunger to flush that one, but it's still the right mentality. Forget about it. Don't watch the film or the digital replay. Burn it. Forget it. Not going to change anything when you play the Lakers on Sunday. Got to go out there and take care of Luka and Austin Rivers or whatever the hell his name is. Not Austin Reeves. Austin Rivers, he's taken care of already. He's sitting on the bench during...
That'd be bad if Austin Rivers was playing.
Yeah, I mean, Suns legend and now a Peacock broadcaster. No, but it's not going to matter, right? I'm not worried. Because when I look back at the bad night I had and the bad night Vince had and the fact that somehow I wound up in a Kobe Bryant story that I'll never forget for the rest of my life, didn't impact my career. I got a good story. Got an embarrassing moment. I also been covering the Suns every year since then. Was that 13, almost 14 years? Yeah, Vince is successful too. He has a morning radio show. Oh, and he's the PA announcer for the Phoenix Suns. So one bad night won't define anything. In fact, it may not change a damn thing, except be a memory of the distant past. But maybe that's just my Southwest bias. We welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach. Shane, what's your worst moment? Okay, we don't have to go into your worst moment, but do you believe...
Ever?
Do you believe one bad night won't define a human being? I mean, depending on how bad
yeah, I was going to say.
If you're a Michigan head coach, yes, one bad night can define a lot. But I mean, in the minor scale of things.
It was multiple bad nights.
Well, that's true.
I mean, nothing's black and white, Espo. Like,
this is true.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, sometimes maybe. No, of course not. And especially when it comes to the context of sports, there's nothing you can do to completely Leon Lett. But other than that, there's very few things you can do that can completely stain your career.
Yeah.
Or your season. Injuries aside. So no, one bad night doesn't impact that. Here's what I'll say, Espo. Going into last night with all of the context you had on the season, sure, this stung. Going into the season, if I told you that the Suns were going to play Oklahoma City on the road in the NBA Cup quarterfinals without Jalen Green and Devin Booker, everybody would in jest probably say they would lose by 50 points.
Or would say you're just insane because they're not going to make the cup.
Sure.
That's
but
crazy.
Or just on the road against Oklahoma City this year.
Yeah.
You would say they would lose by 50. And again, in jest, but that would be my prediction. Not for them to actually lose by 50 points. That's kind of crazy, but it also isn't that far out of the question. Not only is this the best team in the NBA, this is the best team in the NBA in the last decade. Like, genuinely, can you, sure, the Curry Warriors that went 73-9, was that a decade ago, though? Was that 2014?
It was 2017.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe them, but the way this team is playing right now, everybody is contributing. Their bench plays better than half of the league's starting lineup. The way that they play basketball, and it's not just talent. This is a team that didn't lose a game or only lost one game without Jalen Williams for most of the season. Jalen Williams is going to get paid a supermax and go join the Pistons next year and be their star.
They won a game without Shea by 30.
Yeah. It's one of the best teams that's been built, and the scary part is it's not going away for a very long time. The Suns should have never been in this game, and they weren't really ever in this game. I remember cooking dinner last night, looking at the TV, and literally saying to myself, it's only 20, and then they go on the death run to go up 27 or whatever it was at halftime. It's a great team. There's no reason to freak out over this loss with your two best players sitting on the bench.
Yeah, you should have read some of the comments last night. There certainly was a freak out for certain people, other people being more rational. They were never going to compete on a top level this year, but they're still good, and I still think they're a playoff team based on what you're looking at. Now,
I would like to present a comment on your desk. Lou Dort MVP.
I veto said comment.
That is a reactionary comment I can get behind. My goat.
Your ASU undrafted legend there. Yeah, so I'm not going to panic. A lot of people can choose to. I'm not going to be one of them. I still think they're good. I still think they're really good. So after the break, we're going to bust into our advent calendar. But first, we're going to pass some judgment right after this. Doing your research after you have an accident is paramount. You have to do it. If you don't, you are going to wind up with a lawyer like I had during my accident and serious injury, and you're not going to get the results you want. In fact, you're not going to get any results, but that's why you want to be with Mark and Alexis Breyer, the husband and wife law team. They take care of you. Their priority is to get you a settlement, and they're going to do that even if it comes at the cost of what they make. Plus, they are experts when it comes to serious injury and accident law. It's all they specialize in. And don't you want somebody that just focuses on that for their job when that's what you need help with? Plus, you can reach your lawyer at any time. I couldn't even get a hold of my lawyer. So if you've had a serious injury, call the husband and wife law team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at the link in our show notes and tell them PHNX sent you. And our friends at Circle K, I got to stop there. Yesterday I didn't, and I was a wreck all day. But this morning, I stopped at Circle K because I needed gas. And guess what? I saved 30 cents off per gallon as a special perk just because I was a member of the Inner Circle. I got my gas for under $3 today. Filled my car for $21. Don't you want to be able to do that? It's super easy. Just become a member of the Inner Circle. Then you're going to save 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. Then 3 cents off per gallon after that. Then you're going to hit that mustache behind the Mac level, and you're going to save 5 cents off per gallon. But that's not it. You can get Polar Pops for 79 cents, Frosters for 99 cents, and unbelievable deals on food as well. So join the Inner Circle for free today by downloading the Circle K app. Terms and conditions apply like everything in life. At participating locations, visit CircleK.com for details. It is time to pass some judgment. Welcome to Espo's Court. I am judge, jury, and, well, we're not going to execute anybody today, but we are going to pass judgment on some of these things that have happened around sports. And the first one, I want to look at this end zone from the Holiday Bowl. Shane, can we show what people voted on when it came to the end zone they want to go with for the Holiday Bowl. Fans voted on this end zone, the surfing snowman. I don't like it. Let's take a step back further. You cannot call your bowl the Holiday Bowl when it takes place on January 2nd. You are beyond the holidays at that point. You are back to work almost on January 2nd. So the Holiday Bowl, already a misnomer in San Diego. Plus, it's in San Diego. There's no snowmen in San Diego. You want to make a Sandman? Fine. I'll go with the Sandman.
How do you know it's not a Sandman?
Because it's white. There's no white sand like that. No.
Yes, there is.
Not like that.
Quite
Not
literally,
in San Diego.
White sand.
Not in San Diego. This guy's surfing on. No. He's melting on that surfboard, if anything. There. Plus, I'm not even sure you're supposed to stand that far up on a surfboard. There's so many things wrong with this end zone. I'm going to pass judgment on it. I'm totally against it. Ban it. Don't do it. I don't want to see this during a U of A game. You know what I want to see? Arizona and what is it? SMU? I want to see that in the end zone. Do you want to put a snowman at center or at midfield? Fine. Go ahead and do that.
That'd be tough. A big snowman at midfield would be sick.
Yeah, or Sandman, whatever. But no. Holiday Bowl, no. You're not even a Holiday Bowl. You're a post-Holiday Bowl. Get rid of the name. And Aaron says, Dolphins colors? Hell yeah, I got a problem with that too. Shane, what am I passing judgment on next? Are we doing that? Oh, yeah, we're doing NBA refs next. The call against Grayson Allen yesterday. I get it. Originally, it started as a good screen on Chet Holmgren, who folded like the freaking folding chair that he's built like. And I get that Grayson extended the arm. Fine. Give him a flagrant one. But a flagrant two is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous in this situation. Now, I mean, Grayson may have just wanted out of that game and not play anymore. But I like that it showed a little fight. And I'm sorry that the freaking Thunder couldn't handle it and the refs didn't know what to do because, oh my God, our dear Thunder had something happen. Oh my gosh. And then NBA fights as well. What? They didn't even shove each other. And then you got Williams flexing like they had just had a 12-round boxing match. It's pathetic. NBA refs, NBA fights. The only thing good about that was Shea's face in total shock, like, oh, well, that was good. So I'm not gonna rule against Shea, but NBA refs, NBA fights, totally against. I'm sorry, but you should be banished if you actually consider that a fight. Next thing I want to pass some judgment on. The Oklahoma City Thunder may be the greatest team in basketball history when it's all said and done, but I actually think they might be the dorkiest looking good team in NBA history. This team has no swag. Look at Dagnall. He looks like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. You can't tell me that doesn't look like Alfalfa all grown up, right? Then you got freaking Caruso that looks like Elmer Fudd from the Toon Squad. I mean, look at that. Elmer Fudd grows a beard. It's spot on. And then, okay, this next guy you're probably not going to recognize when I bring it up. Chet Holmgren looks, let's take a look at Chet here. Chet Holmgren looks like Stanley Spakowski from friggin' UHF. All right, so you probably don't know much about that, but it is a movie where Weird Al Yankovic gets hold of a UHF television station and programs it, and he let the janitor host a kids television show, and he's kind of a dork. That's Chet. This may be the dorkiest looking great NBA team of all time. Remember the Bulls, how much swagger they had? Jordan, Rodman, tough looking group. You look at even the Warriors. They had some dorks on it, but you still had Draymond. Clay was cool. You had some swagger to that team. We've had an era where the greatest team in basketball may be the biggest dorks ever. Look, they made
SGA balances it all.
Have you seen some of the faces that Shea makes? We just saw that. That was not a cool face. That was kind of a dork face.
He makes faces, but if he's hooping on you, it doesn't matter.
I mean, come on. They got a guy named Dort. That is a dorky name. That is a dorky name.
Lugens Dort is a great name.
Lugens Dort. Lugnuts Dort. All right. So I rule against nerdy looking NBA teams trying to set records. I'm against it. All right. And that is where I stand with all that. That's passing judgment. Yeah, sure. Was it a little childish? Of course. But what isn't on this program? Shane, I heard you have an advent calendar for me today. What do we got going as I remove my judge's jacket?
And you're doing back-to-back shows stripping.
Oh, this is not stripping. This is just taking out. Now the zipper's broken. I'm stuck in this thing.
Oh,
so
no. Well,
we're gonna pass judgment on your advent calendar.
Yeah. So we're
hold on. El Colonel says the guy with blue glasses. I've never claimed I'm not a dork. I'm a giant dork. But guess what I do? I host a podcast, which tends to be a dork's medium. So I'm not trying to be cool here. Let's be clear on that.
Oh God. Okay.
Kev from Mesa saying Magic Espo. Hello saying Espo stripping the worst timeline. Yes, even my wife agrees on that front.
We're gonna do some Poeltl.
Ooh, Poeltl.
That's what you're horrible at this game.
I am.
Legitimately might be one of the worst Poeltl players of all time.
Which, is great for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody wants to see is me fail miserably.
It makes for good podcasting too.
It does. The audio listener just loves this.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Espo, what do we want?
how do I do this again? I guess a player.
Yep.
I'm going to guess Jock Landale because that's where I always start.
Nice.
Which would be hilarious if it just happened to be him the first time.
Okay, you get literally nothing.
Nothing. So guy's under 6'11".
And
Under 30. Let's go with guy under 6'11", under 30. I will go with.
And he's in the East.
And what?
And
he's
they're
in the East.
Yeah.
I will go with Paulo Banchero.
Okay.
He's under 6'11", right?
Okay, he's a forward in the East, in the Southeast Division.
Okay, under 6'10".
So he's probably like 26-ish.
Okay.
And between the numbers 5 and 31.
Okay. Between the numbers 5 and 31.
So the Southeast is
it's
the Heat.
The
NBA conferences mean nothing to me.
Is the Southeast, is that where Charlotte is as well?
Sure.
We'll go with that. I'm going to go with, is Jaime Jaquez under 6'10"?
But he's young. And if it's close to 6'10", then it would be yellow, I think. So how about Miles Bridges?
All right.
I feel like that fits.
Disgusting, but sure.
Okay, so he's around 6'7", around 27 years old, and he's a forward.
Okay, and the Southeast. Now we're testing my knowledge of the Southeast Division. Under 27, so around 27.
So Southeast is Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Orlando, and the Wizards.
Who does it? The Wizards, Atlanta. Oh,
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, let's try it.
This game is always just me having to break the silence because I still can't think of anybody.
Hey, nothing more beneficial.
Still nothing.
Above 1, so it's between 1 and 5 and 31 still. Holy hell! And it's not Atlanta. So what are we down to? So
we're dealing with Miami player or a Charlotte player? Or no, Miami player or a Magic player? No,
it's Miami, isn't it?
No, Miami or Wizards.
Miami or Wizards. Oh, who is a forward on the Wizards that would fit in this around 27? God, I can't even think of Wizards players. When was the last time you had to think of a Wizards player? Oh.
Jaime Jaquez might be older, so we can try him, but he's definitely taller than 6'7".
Try it. We'll find out if it's Miami at that point.
Okay, so it's somebody on the Wizards. That's 6'6".
That's just bad there.
So they're like 26 on the Wizards, 6'6".
6 foot.
Wearing like a 20-ish number.
Oh, who the hell do the Wizards even have? I can't even remember Wizards players.
The only player I can think of is Keyshawn George, but he's too young.
Put him in. Let's start there. Maybe it'll give us something.
Nope.
We got Washington, which we already knew, and it's above 18, so we know that at least. God. And around 24. I literally cannot think of a Wizard because there's not a worse team to have to pick from the roster. Who do you think it is?
It's probably CJ McCollum.
No, he's older than that, isn't he? Isn't CJ McCollum pushing 30? Yeah. Because he was drafted while I was still working it. Chris Middleton's older than that too. Who's young but not too young?
And he's 6'6"
on the Wizards. I mean,
I got Bilal Coulibaly. Damn it. He's only 21.
And he's not a forward.
Yeah, he's a guard. Yeah. Wow. That was not a good guess.
Wow. Well, now we've limited the roster.
I think no.
Who's one of their draft picks recently?
No, it's 26 or 25 though. Is Marvin Bagley still like 26?
Yeah, he's got to be around there. Yeah, try him.
Yeah, but he wears 35.
Does he still?
I think so.
I'll try him. Let's see.
It's not him.
Well, my Wizards knowledge sucks here.
Oh, I think I know who it is. It's my GOAT.
How do you not know your GOAT? And everybody's your freaking
Corey
GOAT.
Kispert.
There we go. Corey Kispert. I don't know why I thought Kispert was taller than 6'6". I love that this is the game you choose because you know I'm just.
You're literally the worst. You're the worst.
I'm the worst player at this ever.
Can you be good at a game so we can play a game?
Yeah, I am good at some games, just not this. I don't know. I mean, I'm not bad at Immaculate Grid, but that poses its own problems. I'm not bad at that. I'm actually really good at Auto because it's in my wheelhouse of any guy that played for the Suns ever. That's my wheelhouse here, you know. The Aussie Assassin 4-Point Prince C wants to know, did you fellas attend Arizona University? First, it's the University of Arizona. And yes, I did. And Shane attended the other university. So he's in your camp, Mr. Lou Dort fan. So you got that going. You should try Hurt. It's the NHL version of that, Alltech says. You want to see me worse than I am at Poeltl?
And it's Hurdle, not
Hurdle. We're gonna see me fail miserably if that's the case here, because I do not know hockey guys outside of who played for the Coyotes over the last few years before they left, and guys that played for the Coyotes in the late 90s. So I would not be good at Hurdle. That is another edition of Southwest Bias in the books. A big thanks to the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach, for making me look like a moron today. You can
Always, it's my job.
I mean, I do it to myself too. You can follow him at Shane Dief. You can follow the program at PHNX_sports. You can follow me at Espo. And remember, dorks can be good at basketball too, just not me. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.